Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Union Cross. I'm going to be talking about the new Axel and the new Roxas who got reworks for Supernova Pluses. And also I'm going to touch upon Xion during this video because I didn't talk about Xion from the past updates. And I kind of want to put them all together because it is the trio. Also, we got 3,000 jewels thrown towards us and we're closer to the bad guy breaker Keyblade. We are pretty much 5 quests away and I want to touch upon all that during this video. But I'm going to start off with the polar skip for the 3 medals. So starting off with Xion, the thing about these medals, taking into consideration for every single one, is that their general strength is increasing compared to everything else I'm going to compare them to. So Xion here, falling price deal. All these medals is like 11,300. I don't believe any of them start at 20. No, they do start at 27. Okay. Yeah. So they start at 27. So you're getting them around 11,000 jewels. It is a really good deal. It comes with the 5 traits with the poles. You get VIP coins towards other trade for other medals. So these banners are just really, really good. And the thing I like about these banners is that you can specifically choose where you're putting these keyblades. I mean, these medals on keyblades. Xion, reverse magic. Axel, reverse power. And then Ventus, upright speed. Where like if you pull for banners like this, 1 out of 4 chance, 1 out of 4 chance for free to play anyways. And then these banners over here where you get a medal in 3 pulls, but you're not sure which keyblade slot it's going to replace. You might get a speed medal, power medal, magic medal, reverse, upright. You don't know where it's going to go, and you already probably have a medal that belongs in that keyblade slot. So yeah, you can get really powerful medals from here, but banners like these let you specifically choose what keyblade slot you need. So if you're lacking in upright speed, you go for Ventus. If you're lacking in reverse power, Axel, and the same thing for Xion for magic. So keep that in consideration. These banners are really good for that. They're cheap, they come with traits, VIP coins, and you get to choose where the medal is going. Where other ones, you get 1 out of 4 chance, 1 out of 3 chance, or just every medal in the game. So I really appreciate banners like this. These are the best ones. So Xion, 28,000 base strength. There is no other reverse magic medal in the game that has a base strength of 28,000. The Demix medal that came out before this was reverse magic. He copies any medal in front of him, but he's got a base strength of 25,000. Hopefully, they talked about upgrading Supernova medals to come up to date with other Supernova medals, and maybe all medals will become at 28 or 25, so on and so on. But for now, these are the stronger medals because they're at 28,000 strength. We know that Roxas has 30,000. We know that Pirate Sora has 50,000, and that's a huge difference. We used to really focus on multipliers because strength was like 100 off, maybe 1,000 off, really worst case scenarios. Now we're in 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, double the strength. So it's a big difference, and that's why we're really focusing on strength now, because that is a huge part of the game. These two, multiplier and the strength, go together. So multiplier 29 to 56.94 for an AoE medal. That is really good, and all you have to do is have high HP. Just have your HP at full, which is not a hard thing to do. So when you compare this to other magic medals, reverse magic, I'm going to pull that up right now. You'll see like everyone over here. Xion's got that 26 going on, sorry, that 56 going on multiplier, which is right beside that Luxord. If you guys remember how powerful Luxord was, because that multiplier was so huge, 57 means nothing these days. So it's at 56 being the highest multiplier, and it's got the highest strength. Like I talked about Demix. When you look at Demix has 22,000, and then you put 3,000 for chips. That's 25,000 base strength, where the new Xion has 28,000. So it's got 25,000, then 3,000 from chips. So there's a big difference there already. 3,000 strength is 3 trait rolls. It's pretty much making medals into a Supernova Plus. So you got to keep that in consideration. Like strength is becoming very, very different. But Xion seems to be one of the best reverse magic medals in the game. There is nothing else really comparing to her. Demix is really, he's there, but again, that 3,000 will always make a difference. The thing is, later on, Demix can copy higher multipliers, but if they keep increasing the strength as they increase the multipliers, Demix will fall off. So they're going to have to do something about copy medals at this rate, with strength going so high, ridiculously high compared to old like Axel, the other Axel. Hopefully I didn't call Demix Axel, but anyways, Axel, the upright speed one, he's at like 19,000 base strength, which is nothing, or maybe 20,000, where these medals are 28, 30, 50. It's going to get crazy. If copy medals don't get that strength bonus with them, or they get updates, it's going to be hard to kind of say copy medals are worth it, because 28,000, you already got a better reverse magic medal in that keyblade slot. So it's kind of hard to say what to pull for these days. It's more like if your keyblades and your medals are telling you, hey, I'm passing all the quests and you're not struggling, then just save your jewels. But yeah, that's the comparison for Xion. But besides the multiplier and the strength damage, Xion's buffs and debuffs are actually pretty good. You got strength, reverse, and magic by 10. They're off by 5 to max them out, and target defense down and magic defense down by 10. Defense down is really, really good. The only thing she's missing is reverse defense down. Even in her Supernova, she cleans up all that with reverse strength by 5, strength and magic strength by 10, and then you got reverse defense down by 10. So pretty much everything is taken care of except for like magic. If you have one turn up Xion, she can buff and debuff herself except for that reverse defense down, because she's missing a whole 10 there with her Supernova, and then you're missing 5 defense and 5 magic defense. So really, really good to see an attacking medal with all those buffs and debuffs and do that much damage. It's really, really good. So is it pullable? Should you pull it right now? I would kind of save your jewels towards, for all 3 medals I'm about to talk about, I would save your jewels towards the medals that can increase magic medal strength by 1500, like Aqua, or medals like Xion and Kairi, the ones that just came out, Kingdom Hearts 3 ones that increase 5,000 with their Supernovas and 500 per cast. So it's hard to say go for these heavy hitters when you got crazy heavy hitters and utility medals just around the corner. So that's Xion. Axel, pretty much in the same boat, got 28,000 strength. Again, he's got an AoE multiplier of 56, putting him really, really high. You can't even compare him with anybody else. Like the duel with the Roxas that came out was at 58.79, but he's only got a base strength of 20,000 compared to 28,000. So again, this medal takes it. Even the Sykes that came out, who's got a really nice multiplier, he's sitting at 25,000, but again, he has all these conditions, 61 multiplier for random. So this is definitely the better medal. So doesn't matter which one you pull from here. If you guys are new, these will help you. But if you're not really worried about the content currently, don't really pull. But Hades Cup is there. Hades Cup's got that jewels count going on in it, 6,000 jewels. So these can really help you pass all that content. They've got good buffs and debuffs again. Reverse strength. You've got defense down, reverse defense down, counter, enemy counter +1. Very, very important. That makes you ignore enemies' counters and add to them, kind of. If you affect enemies' counters, it's really bad. So having a medal that increases enemy counter, really good. And again, the Supernova cleans up everything he's got. So if you activate Supernova the turn you activated him, you'll have reverse strength by 15, general strength by 15, you got your power strength by 10, and then reverse defense down by 15, and power defense down by 10. Yeah, because there's no power defense in his actual attack. So again, these medals do have the buffs and debuffs. They're not max and fully max. You do have to rely on their Supernova to max them out. But you do have Kairi and Xion. These just clean it up and add if your enemy increases their defenses or lowers your strength and all that. So again, another solid medal in a falling price deal, and you get to choose where you want to put it. And then you got Roxas, again, 28,000 base strength for upright speed, 56 AoE multiplier, resets the enemy's counters. So that's kind of interesting. That could hurt, and that can also be good, because if you're like halfway through your Keyblade and you reset an enemy that only has 1 counter and your next medal doesn't ignore enemy's counters, that can hurt you. But in most cases, it's not going to really hurt you that much, because all medals that you kind of go for that are really good ignore enemies' counters. Only a select few that don't. But do be careful of that. If your next medal doesn't reset enemies' counters and they have a low counter, especially the blue counters above their head, you're going to have an issue. But again, for buffs and debuffs, uprights and speed strength by 5, which is nothing, and its defense is upright and speed defense down by 5. So the buffs and debuffs are not good on this one, but it is for 2 turns. In 2 turns, you'll have upright and speed strength by 10, and same thing for defense down. You'll have it by 10. And then when you activate the Supernova, its upright is by 5, strength by 10, and targets the upright defense by 5, defense by 10. So it's pretty good when it comes to that, because you can max out the buffs and the debuffs just with the Supernova. But again, Supernova is only 1. Not max out every single one, but most of them get maxed out. And when you compare him to other medals, 56 multiplier with 28,000, there's nothing that really touches him again. Like the BF Sora, he's at a 48.68 multiplier, and he's got 25,000 strength, but this new medal's got 28,000 and a higher multiplier. When you compare him to like the other medals, again, they have high multipliers, but only 20,000 strength. Just like the example I showed you with Xion. These medals are technically better than the medals we currently have out because of that 28,000 strength and a high AoE multiplier. But that also means better medals are there. And when I say better medals, the medal that's in VIP right now, Aqua, this Kairi over here, the Xion over here, I'm really kind of saving my jewels towards that kind of utility, the new utility, because making that general strength go up for every medal on your Keyblade, or magic strength go up for every medal on your Keyblade, is really good. And then we got Terra and We got Terra Inventus coming out as well, who also are going to do the same thing as Aqua, or maybe something different, but they're going to do that buff up for power and for speed. So I kind of lean towards those for Keyblade setups because they do make a huge difference having that buff in there instead of just high multipliers and high strength. Having that is really, really good. But if you're someone who's new to the game, these are very good to kick in to clean up your Fairy Stars or any other Keyblade you use. If you really want an upright speed medal, you can't go wrong with any of these medals here. They're strong. It's just, what are we expecting? Because JP is having an anniversary in like a couple of months. So there's probably going to be a bunch of new medals by then. There's going to be brand new Keyblades. Bad Guy Breaker should be getting a huge boost. We're getting tons of gems everywhere. Mono Keyblades are getting a big boost. I'm going to talk about all that right now. But this is all up to you guys if you pull or skip this. If you do pull, there's nothing wrong. They're powerful medals. You get the right traits on them, even better. Another thing is, you could just go into your inventory and see if you have like 5 copies, or if you get like 5 copies over time, you'll have enough to upgrade it naturally. So you don't need to go polling for this at all. If you're close to polling it, then you could. Yeah, so when I go looking into my tier 4 medals, they're actually under tier 4 now. If you click on tier 4, you'll find them. So right here, here's my casual Roxas I got going on. I can evolve it in a couple of medals. I think most of those are locked, but you guys can do this naturally as you pull. You'll get them in your inventory. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can use Making Brooms to upgrade this one, and then when I go to evolve, I can evolve it. I do need like 6 in total, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the base one 6. So I could pull a couple times to also get trait rolls for it just to finish that off, but it's as if I really, really need it. Right now, I don't need it. I don't need it to pass content, and as the time goes on, we'll have more than enough. And the same thing goes for the HD Axel here. Oops, not HD Axel. Actually, if I had a fully gilted HD Axel, do I got a fully gilted one? Okay, so apparently I don't have a lot of HD Axels on my main account who's been here since day 1. So, like casual Roxas, I can do. This one, I can't really. These would be more for like trait rolls, if anything. Or, again, Making Brooms. That's a lot of Making Brooms just for this medal. But for Roxas, I can definitely pull that off if I want to pull a couple times. So that is an option. Check how many you got currently. I got 1, 2, 3. I can make 4, 5. Pull once, and boom, I got myself a good upright speed medal. So you don't have to pull from that banner, but it does come with traits. 2 traits per pull, 10 traits. You don't get 5 traits, you get 10 traits. So that is up to you guys what you want to do for those 3 banners. So moving on with the rest of everything, the notices are actually pretty good. Besides the HD Axel and everything, we got changed to certain damage modifiers. So Mono Keyblades, they actually want to update Mono Keyblades that they're part of the meta. Because right now we've been focusing on Starlight, mostly Fairy Stars, and Stroke of Midnight. Obviously there's other Keyblades you can work around, but they're not that great when it comes to all the multipliers. Right now we got a boost for Mono Keyblades to do a ton of damage, and they talk about it over here. Pretty much right now they're going to continue adding a boost to these Keyblades until they update it. And like I said, anniversary is not too far away, so on and so on. But on a separate note, we feel that the single attribute Keyblades are currently difficult to use because the multipliers of the subslots doesn't increase as much as other more powerful Keyblades. Therefore, we will be buffing the multipliers of these subslots in a future update. Until these changes happen, similar to July's boosters, they'll be adding them in August, so on and so on, until they update it. So your Keyblades that are mono are going to become part of the meta. So you know how I just told you, pull for a reverse power, a speed, a magic to clean your Keyblades up? Mono Keyblades might be the next thing, or the Bad Guy Great Breaker, the new Keyblade from Wreck-It Ralph, could be the one that actually dominates like everything, even the Mono Keyblades and Fairy Star. So we have to wait and see. We're getting a ton of gems everywhere, so be ready for that, guys. Save some gems. I'm going to talk about that Keyblade in just a second because I have a little thing I want to show you. Alright, so you can see the Bad Guy Breaker Keyblade right here. It goes up to level 15 in JP. We are 5 quests away from unlocking this Keyblade. As you guys can see from the new notice we just got, we unlocked 10 new story mode, putting us to quest 875. This Keyblade is going to get unlocked at quest 880, and once we get to that, we're going to need 16 of each Keyblade gem, the magic, speed, and power to upgrade this to plus 15, which is currently the highest in JP. Once this is 25, we're gonna probably need like 50 total of each gem to upgrade it fully, because you can see from level 1 to level 9 it took 1 of each, and then from level 11 to 14 took 2 of each. I'm pretty sure the next set's gonna take 3 of each, and then 4 or worse. So all those gems you guys are getting, I would save a big chunk for this. Keep updated on this. This is like the Union Cross wiki. You can see khuxwiki.com. They have it all updated here. So if you guys want to keep an eye out how JP is getting on these gems, so you can start saving yours to the side. Currently, you need 16 of each saved. Don't touch 16 of each if you want to upgrade this Keyblade, and I do recommend that. But mono Keyblades are getting an upgrade. This is getting an upgrade. Gems are going to need it for pretty much everything. The meta is going to be shifted because all these mono Keyblades are going to become more powerful. This is just a heads up, guys. We are 5 quests away from actually getting this Keyblade and the story. Forget the Keyblade. The story's being caught up. Now, we're not super caught up because JP got quest 880 like in April, and we're in July right now. So that's like 3 months ago. Either way, that's super exciting for me. New Keyblade, new story, one of my favorite movies, so I'm going to hella enjoy this when it comes out. But on top of that, if you guys do go into the story mode to complete most of that, you do get 2,000 jewels for completing between quest 865 to 875. There's 2 quests in there. This one right here, completing 3 turns for 1,000 jewels. And right here, quest 870, or is it 871? 870 has completed 3 turns for 1,000 jewels. There's 2,000 jewels right there. And then if you go in the notices, there's a Proud Mode campaign going on right now, which if you complete quest 840 in Proud Mode, you get 1,000 jewels on top of this little cute hedgehog, the purple hedgehog, for completing quest 10, 100, 300, 500. It's kind of pushing people to complete Proud Mode because a lot of people don't do it. It's very tedious, but if you do get to quest 840, that's another 1,000 jewels. So 2,000 in story, 1,000 here. You guys just got another 3,000 jewels in one little update. Plus the Hades Cup 6,000, 10,000 for login. I don't know what's going on, but the game is becoming a lot more generous. They're taking a lot back on the feedback. They're changing things that we actually wanted. They're rushing us to story mode. This looks really, really good. And Keyblades are being shifted too because the meta's always been fairy stars, fairy stars, fairy stars. But now it's being spread around, and I really, really like that. That's going to put a lot more flavor to the game and not just like, oh, equip the fairy stars, go do this auto battle, get out. Hopefully they start changing more things that look positive like this. There is no downfall to any of this so far. There was an issue with the Xion banner, though. The new Xion that buffs the reverse strength by 5,000 in Supernova. Whoever pulled for that banner, if you pulled Vanitas, you actually reset the counter. They're going to be sending out compensation to the people who were affected. It says right over here, the issue has been addressed on today. We are currently in the process of investigating the players that were affected by this issue and determining compensation for everyone affected. So whoever pulled for this and that happened, or if it didn't happen to you but you still pulled for that banner, compensation's coming your way for the big issue going on. That is pretty much everything I want to touch up on though, because the draw, the Keyblades, everything, it looks pretty straightforward and awesome. I can't wait to get more jewels out of this, save up, and wait for the new content. Personally, if you guys want to know what I'm going to do with my jewels, I got the VIP for Aqua, so I'm working on Aqua's trait rolls right now. That video is going to come out sometime in the future. It's like different parts. I'm getting different people to roll traits for me, so it's pretty cool. And then I'm going to be saving for more medals like that. That Ventus, that Axel, and that Xion look really good, really solid, and you can't go wrong if you get it. I recommend upgrading it from your pulls if you get it slowly over time. But if you want a straight out good medal for one of those attributes, then go for it. It's not going to be bad at all. Just make sure you get good traits. You have 10 traits in 5 pulls. Pretty solid. But again, for me, I'm going to go for those better medals coming out. But hopefully they come as mercy pulls. That's the only issue. These medals are mercy pulls. The medals that we're looking at might not be mercy pulls or might not come with as many traits to roll for them. So just a heads up. If you do want better medals, you're going to have to spend more jewels, meaning you're going to have to start saving now for a big chunk of jewels to get those better medals, but they should last longer if they stop increasing the strength of medals. Like, it scares me because Pirate Sword is at 50,000, so can they really stop with that medal being at 50,000? Will he be a one-of and we stop around 30,000? I don't know. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think down below about all this, the Keyblade, the free jewels, the more content, the story update catch-up. There's tons to talk about. Let me know what you guys are enjoying the most. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling. And I'll see you in the next one. I almost died there.